Here's an example of completing the square. So we're given a quadratic equation, and right now it is in standard form, and we want to convert it to vertex form. So to go from standard form to vertex form, you have to complete the square. Now, completing the square always has the same steps. It's just like following a recipe. If we do the same thing every time, you'll always be able to complete it. So step one is factor out the number that's in front of your x squared, which in this case is a 5. We only factor it from the first two terms though. So this 41 is kind of a loner. It just sort of hangs out at the end. It doesn't really do much until the very last step. So we're left with x squared. 30x divided by 5 gives me 6x. And the 41 we just leave over there. It just hangs out. So now step 2 is I need to find some sort of magic number that's going to turn this binomial into a perfect square trinomial, meaning a trinomial that has identical factors. So we find that magic number by taking our middle term, the coefficient, which is 6. We divide it by 2, and then we square it. So you're always going to get a positive number here. So in this case, our magic number is going to be 9 for this example. So now we take this magic number and we add and subtract it within these brackets. So we have x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 9. Close the bracket, and then you have your loner 41 outside. Okay, so I want to have a perfect square trinomial, which is my x squared plus 6x plus 9. I have to get rid of the negative number, but I can't remove it from the bracket without multiplying it by the number that's out in front. So whatever number you have in front of the bracket, you multiply by the negative, and then we can remove it from the bracket. So then all we're left with is our perfect square trinomial, x squared plus 6x plus 9. Okay, 5 times negative 9 gives me negative 45 plus 41. Now that I have my perfect square trinomial, which was the goal, I can factor it. So the two factors are going to be identical here. So if I factor by inspection, two numbers that multiply to give 9, add to give positive 6, is going to be x plus 3 times x plus 3. The minus 45 and the positive 41, these are like terms. I can collect them and simplify that to negative 4. Because my two factors are the same, x plus 3 and x plus 3, I can write it as x plus 3 squared minus 4. Now we've converted to standard form. So in this case, my p-value would be negative 3. Q is negative 4. So my vertex coordinates are negative 3, negative 4. And my a value is 5, so this means that our graph opens upwards.